Hello, hello. Let's do a short stream. I don't know, maybe in an hour. An hour, maybe two. To get in the rhythm, and then go to sleep. Yeah, welcome back. So let's go play some Starfield. The star being you, and me being the field. Or something like that. Why was I crouching? So basically I helped them get rid of the spacers. And now, let's go meet the doctor. Whatever, that guy.
What's considered ineffective?
Ever been to Aquila?
I mean, I could just fast travel, right? Yeah, he was at the door where I wanted to go, but I didn't have a key.
Remember, some life forms don't need spacesuits, so keep your eyes open.
Good to know. Smarty pants. It was here, right?
My word. I can't imagine how an engineer can make heads or tails of this chaotic collection of drilling machinery.
It's all a wire spool. Oh, a cave. Of course. I mean, it's a mine, so shouldn't wonder anyone.
Well, this explains why the miners ceased drilling. Someone must have missed this natural cavern on the geological survey. Shame.
These resources are extremely weird. You can't mine them as easily. So there's like meat. I can take the meat because I need it for a recipe, but I don't think it's that one. I think I need like venison or something. Like some real meat, I guess. I don't know. Does this universe even have real meat? Okay, so this one could fit, but I would need like a... This one. Something like this, yeah. Could work. This one like this. Then a singular one. Could work. Do we have something different? Joker. So I don't think so. So I would either say this one and the singular one, and then I'm fucked. Or not.
I'm hoping.
Almost. Calibrated deep seeker spacesuit. What's the difference? Pocketed. Lower thermal, more airborne resistance, less corrosive, more radiation resistance. Physical, energy, EM. So it is better, but not that much better. And what does pocketed do? Shit, I'm overweight. Why am I overweight?
There was a good reason that was to Venus.
Do you have space?
Bring me anything useful?
Yes, you have space. Take it. And this. When did I get so overweight? Oh. Taking too much food. Thinking I would cook. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now it makes sense. I didn't clean up my loot. It doesn't matter. I should be fine.
Later.
Kind of fine. Fine. Depending on the depth of this mine. I'm just mining it because there's like 4 stars on it, like 4 diamonds. So it's kind of rare. So I would maybe need it some time in the future. Maybe, maybe not. Better loot it now than later.
Constructing that massive structure in this cavern must have been quite a feat. I suppose it was a bit like building a ship in a bottle.
There's like more stuff to mine, but it's deeper down. Question is it worth it? Like running down. If there's like something else to loot, maybe I would go down. But if it's just the rocks, like why? I'll probably need to go there anyway, right? It's part of a mission or something. There's like an entrance here. But there's nothing. Wow.
So you must be the one who got me out of the red with the trade authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it. I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor.
Hello there.
Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts?
I'm here to make a delivery for an old colleague of yours, Hadrian Sannon.
Adrian sent you. She's... Did she look okay?
She's alive, but was injured trying to collect the delivery I've got for you.
Sounds like Adrian. Watch that woman lose a digit trying to get a better tissue sample.
What? You can reattach a finger, Percy.
So what exactly did she have you bring me?
Terramorph cells from a world too young to have one.
Adrian said that, huh? If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Sarah is lost. Well, doesn't matter. Oliver Twist? Isn't that like a real world book? I don't care.
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests.
Damn, it's...
And Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got their mitts on the research. But I guess that's the price you pay not to live in a cave the rest of your days.
I'll check it out later.
All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved.
The sample's not a fake. I collected it from the Terramorph myself.
Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst Terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian.
Hadrian mentioned it. Sounds like quite a tragedy.
It was. An entire city wiped off the map. The swarms were so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tau Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any Terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-Terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
It would be the end of us as a species.
So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
But you said the Londinian attack was massive, right? Why is one odd Terramorph so scary?
Because until now, the Terramorphs that wiped out Londinian had the good sense to stay put. What happened there? It was a tragedy, but at least it was contained. So to find evidence for a similar attack on a different world, well, we don't have enough information to know precisely what this means, but I doubt it's good. So I'd love to know what it is you're planning from here.
Orders are to take you and that analysis to Hadrian. She should be waiting at the 6th circle.
The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
Have a follower. Okay, let's see what you have to give. Oh, research. Any good books? Books, papers, some passive upgrades, anything. It doesn't seem like he has anything interesting here. This place is huge. Like, damn. I mean, this man just ate like, I don't know, 3 vegetables, 1 fruit, 1 protein bar. I don't know, a lot of stuff. Like the health didn't move, it didn't budge. Like what is it with this game? Like the food is worthless. You just cook it to get a buff, maybe. Like that's all. Everything else is useless about it. Why even have it? Ah, nice. Ship energy weapons permanently deal 5% more damage. Yeah, but like I said, food is basically useless. The only thing that's good are buffs. But they're also temporary. It's like 5 minutes or maybe 10-15 minutes.
UC was entertaining the notion of xeno-warfare angers me to the core.
Oh, you are Sarah, so you get triggered by everything. If someone farted in her direction, she would be mad. Where is this? No. I wonder if we could have found it. Oh, great. Shit, das ist wichtiger. We always need a shield. Is it there? What? Is the sixth circle at here? At Cydonia?
Stay away from the sixth circle unless you're a minor.
Should probably check out P1.
Is that really her? Hadrian.
Percival. My God, look at you.
Why do they have the same eyes?
Now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say,
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back. Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
A little more gunfire than I usually like on my delivery jobs, but nothing I couldn't manage.
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on two conditions. One, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And two, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us.
What's the Armistice Archives? And what's it have to do with the Freestar Collective and House of Varun?
Well, when the Colony War came to a close 19 years ago, with the signing of the armistice, 3 factions were involved in the negotiations. The UC, Freestar, and House Varun. They made a lot of decisions about what sort of tactics should and shouldn't be permitted in future conflicts. All information related to the things they decided should be banned was locked away in the archives. Now, it's possible to get things out of there, but only with the agreement of members from all 3 factions. And as to what our research is doing in there, well, I'll get to that.
The Cabinet, what's that?
The Cabinet's the UC's highest governing body. The President, top military brass, scientific and diplomatic division heads. Any major decision the UC makes goes through them. They're the only real chance we've got of unlocking the archives. So without their blessing, we're flying blind.
Doesn't sound like any run-of-the-mill data you're after. I'll take that explanation now.
Of course. You deserve the full story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done.
I was wondering if you were ever going to share that nugget with me.
Oh. You already knew. I'm sorry about that. It didn't seem relevant in the moment, and well, it's not something I'm exactly proud of. But it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
Why wouldn't the cabinet agree to help us?
I mean, I hope they will, given the evidence we've acquired. But getting the Freestar Collective and House Varun on our side, that won't be easy.
Since neither group is exactly on great terms with the UC at the moment, for various reasons.
Exactly. It's going to mean negotiations and deals and plenty of diplomatic legwork to see this through. But I don't see a better option to solving what's going on here. So it's gonna be up to us to get them on board.
And why should I trust you with this data? How do I know it's not dangerous?
Because the Terramorph project was doomed from the start. Terramorphs are too mean, too smart, too hungry to be used in combat. Trust us, we tried. The data that's in the archives, it's historical write-ups, anatomical notation, food chain analyses. I doubt they would have even classified it if it didn't have a Xeno-Warfare logo on it. You have my word. It's not a threat.
Okay, now let's go talk to this cabinet.
All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
Only one point of Moira's patrol route to work from. That's how it goes sometimes.
Who's Trevor?
You should give that recipe a whirl. Percival's research tends to be pretty sound. Less than a 10% chance.
Miraculously, there were no civilian casualties. An eyewitness said that it was remarkable.
Almost break time. Come on. You can make it.
You got the look of a miner about you. Maybe when the new contracts finally open up, you'll give it a go. Welcome, welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor. Mining Director for the Deimos Mining Project here in scenic underground Sidonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat. So long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose.
What's with the klaxons and that detonation announcement I heard?
Oh, that! Oh, nothing to worry about. We do fracking on Mars with subterranean particle detonations. Those announcements are just to let people know when to expect them. Now, you probably felt the rumble when the detonations actually go off. That's all it is. Not too bad, eh?
Fracking with subterranean particle detonations? What's that?
Basically, it's high-tech mining. We use immensely powerful controlled particle detonations deep underground to loosen up subterranean gases and other difficult-to-gather resources so we can harvest them. Sounds way more dangerous than it is. Probably. Actually, it's still pretty dangerous if you don't know what you're doing.
Well, now I'm even more concerned that the particle detonations are happening around me all the time.
Oh, come on, mate. It's perfectly safe. We're miles away, so all we get is a little jiggle now and again. Just make sure to hold the railing when going downstairs and you'll be fine.
How goes the mining operation here on Mars?
Not so bad for one of the oldest mines in the settled systems. We struggle with the lack of decent equipment, but we work hard and make up for it. As I'm sure you know, we're responsible for supplying resources to Deimos Star Yards, which in turn is responsible for supplying UC naval vessels. That, among other major projects, makes us one of the United Colony's most important mining operations. The prestige and pay that comes with it almost makes up for being stationed at the arse end of the settled systems in the middle of nowhere.
So you must be the boss around here.
Yep, that's me. Joined up with Deimos when I was just 17 as a mining gopher. Go for this, go for that, you know how it is. I worked hard, proved myself capable, and got the promotion to mining director about 6 years ago, after the old boss retired. Some of the older guys resent me, but I give everyone a lot of leeway as long as they meet their quotas. So that keeps them happy enough.
I heard about something called the Heart of Mars. What do you know about it?
The who's or what's it? Sorry, mate. I've got no idea what you're on about. Sounds made up if you ask me. But then again, maybe the other miners have been inventing some jargon I'm not familiar with. Best to ask around.
I used to do mining work for Argos. I was hoping you'd have work, but it doesn't sound like it.
Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great. But, yeah. Unfortunately, all our mining contracts are filled right now. Unless... maybe you could help me out with a job. Off the books.
Depends on what it is, but let's hear what you've got.
I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas. And we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right? I've got a plan for solving our little problem, though.
I don't understand where I come into play.
I'm getting there. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some ore. One standard quota should do. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first.
Are you sure you're not just exploiting me for free labor?
Of course not. I'll pay you out of my own pocket. I care about my miners, even if corporate doesn't understand our struggles down here. I'm willing to put in some sacrifices to help. That's just the kind of guy I am. If I had the credits to buy all the equipment myself, I would. But this is the next best thing.
Why not just hire more miners?
Don't you think I want to? Corporate sets the contracts and they're not giving out anymore, so we work with what we've got. Something to do with insurance, benefits, and other liabilities. So I don't make the rules.
Sounds easy, I'll do it.
When you've got enough, drop it off in the bin over there for processing. Then come see me.
Don't be caught on the Martian surface without proper protective gear. All outside surface activities require the use
This
of a
here's the most
certified safety
important
suit.
work in the game.
Are you shooting at ghosts now?
The city of
I can't imagine being stuck down here gathering rocks for a living when there's an entire universe to explore.
wish to sign up for military service.
A friend offered me a nice, cushy office job, but I'm making double out here in the Cydonia mines. Joke's on them.
I'm not really counting, so I don't know how much to have anyway.
Hey.
Not having any trouble mining the ore, are you? I appreciate you helping me out with all this, by the way. Okay. I can see you're serious about helping me.
I dropped off the ore as you requested.
Great. Now, the next part is a little trickier. Our Director of Mining Operations, Peter Brennan, fired his last assistant over a month ago. Peter's the only one who can approve the order for new equipment, and unfortunately, he's useless without an assistant. I think I've got a surefire way for you to get that job. Then you, as his assistant, can get him to sign off on the approval.
Wouldn't it just be easier to ask him to approve it?
You don't think I've tried? Like I said, the guy is literally useless without his assistant. I don't even know if he knows how to actually use a computer. And everything Deimos does is so mired in bureaucracy because of their contracts with the UC. Which means, unfortunately, we need to do all the things by the book if we want them done at all.
Wait, you want me to become his assistant?
We just need you to take the job until we get the approval signed. Then you can quit, keep it, or do whatever. It's not as bad as it sounds. Worst case scenario, you may have to go fetch some stuff for him and go over his messages. It'll be easy, I promise.
Sure, I'll take the job.
Now hold on, it's not that easy. You'll need to apply for it like anyone else. Head to the Deimos Star Yard's office up in orbit to fill out the application. It's where that job is posted. Come back and see me when you've done that, and we'll talk about how to secure the position for you.
You're jumping through a lot of hoops to get those miners the equipment that they need.
Didn't think we had any new miners on account of the positions being full up.
You seem awfully defensive.
Defensive? No. I mean, okay, maybe I'm just a little concerned that we be hiring new people when some friends of mine were recently turned away. But that is all. Anyway, I'm Layla. When I'm not mining, I'm tinkering with Gnome, our unofficial mascot. I fill that computer brain of his with all sorts of nonsense and announcements. Of course, if you're here to chat, I'm always happy to talk shop. Especially if you're interested in talking about the heart of Mars.
Have you been here in Cydonia for long?
This is only my second contract, so I think I've been here for 4 years now. It's great. I love it here. I'm working on getting those red eyes that are all the rage these days, you know. You'll hear a lot of these other chumps complaining about Cydonia. They say it's boring or dangerous or whatever. Look, I come from an iced planet. These people have no idea what they're talking about. Cydonia is practically paradise compared to where I grew up.
Got any good mining tips?
Very funny. Who sent you to ask? Was it Rivka? No, she seems to know what she's doing. I bet it was Hank, wasn't it? He always acts like he's top dog, but we all know he couldn't mine his way out of a wet paper bag.
No one sent me. I'm just asking, miner to miner.
Oh, you're a miner too. Funny, I didn't think there were any new contracts starting. Which means you must work for a rival company. And if you think I'm going to divulge trade secrets, you've got another thing coming. Look, I won't report you, because we've all been there. But I'm not going to help you either. I like this job. I don't have any intention of losing it over something like this.
So you program Noam?
Yeah. Noam's been down here forever. He's also been broken forever. Can't actually walk or do work, and we don't have it in the budget to fix him. No one's had the heart to junk him. But when I started, I gave him the purpose. I programmed him to tell us local news and announcements. I modeled his responses after my own sarcastic sense of humor. It proved to be popular, so I did what any aspiring comedian would do and gave him a bunch of stupid jokes to tell. People love it. Or at least that's what they say.
Red eye?
You okay there?
Shut up. Red eyes? Why would you want to turn your eyes red?
Why? I mean, who wouldn't want cool blood red eyes? It's kind of a badge of honor thing around here. People know you're hot stuff when you got red eyes. Also, it freaks people who don't know about them. Except for little kids. They always seem to think it's awesome. Either way, it makes for fun social gatherings.
You mentioned something about the heart of Mars. I'd like to know more.
Oh, so you're interested in the heart of Mars, are you? Word is there's a cave out in the Martian waste with a gleaming node of the purest titanium ore you've ever seen. It's worth quite a lot of credits, but some say the heart of Mars is cursed. Hundreds have gone in search of it, never to return. And every one of them met a grisly fate. Maybe, just maybe, you could be the first to succeed, though. You know, if you think you got what it takes. No judgment if you're too scared.
Why haven't you tried to claim the heart of Mars?
Fair question. I'm not really the adventurous type, to be honest. And frankly, I don't need the money. So, I don't really feel the need to involve myself with the prospect of a potentially deadly cursed chunk of titanium.
Why is it called the heart of Mars?
Because in Roman mythology, Mars was the god of war. His heart is cold, but tough like titanium. One of the miners started calling it that long ago, and the name stuck. Seems fitting enough.
Cursed ore? Are you pulling my leg?
What? No. I mean, maybe the cursed part isn't real, but who am I to say? Look, I told you what I know. You can either choose to believe me or not. All I can say is that if you manage to find it and avoid the curse, you'll be a legend around here.
If anyone can find this heart of Mars, it's a geologist like me.
You seem pretty confident. Who knows, maybe you really will be the first. You'd certainly make history around here if you find it and live to tell. I'll share the coordinates of the cave with you. Remember to be wary out there, and best of luck. No, she seems... He always acts like he...
You know what? I'm wasting my time. I bet I know more than you anyway.
Hey! Wait. Seriously? Did you just set me up for that? Wow. Harsh. In that case, I definitely don't want to share my secrets.
Caution.
Okay,
Subterranean particle detonation imminent. Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated. In the event of unforeseen tremors. Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
exchange is a great place to buy your weapons. Just make sure to keep them holstered at all times.
Nice eyes.
Was Mars treating you well?
Hi, welcome to Jane's, Sidonia's only 100% independent one-stop shop. I apologize if I'm a little distracted. I'm currently dealing with a little issue, but please let me know if there's anything I can get for you.
You run this place all by yourself?
Yep, that's me on the sign, Jane. I operate one of the few independent, non-franchised businesses in Sidonia. I've scrimped and saved for years to build up my little shop. Literally, when I started, it was barely a kiosk, and I was selling loose machine parts, scrap metal, bottled water, whatever I could get my hands on. And my hope one day is to keep expanding to other planets. I've already got a small logistics subsidiary in the works for shipping cargo.
Hey, if you have a problem with me, just...
Why'd you choose to open a shop on Mars, of all places?
Lack of options, I suppose. I was born on Mars. I never knew my mum. She left when I was little. My dad took good care of me, but he died when I was 14, so I had to fend for myself. Those years were the hardest. The shop began as a way to survive, and it's been successful, so I've stayed with it.
Running an independent shop by yourself must be hard work. Maybe I can help with your issue.
You have no idea. Every time I feel like I'm getting ahead, something happens to knock me back down. But unless you're some sort of merc, I'm not sure you can help. See, I saved up to get a new ship and hire a pilot. He was supposed to help run deliveries and bring in all sorts of new goods, but he went missing. I can't find anyone willing to track him down. I'm worried something bad has happened.
What do you think happened to him?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping it's something simple, like he ran out of fuel. It's an older ship and it may have had a minor leak. But I know there's a problem with pirates out there. This was Eric's first real piloting job, and I'm worried they could tell he was easy pickings or something. Could just be my overactive imagination.
Why can't you call Systefan or something like that?
If all else fails, I'm probably going to, but I'd rather not. That ship? I bought it from a sketchy dealer because it was all I could afford. Seemed too good to be true. I'm not sure now it was entirely legit. So, you see the problem with contacting Systef.
I can go track down your ship and pilot.
Really? I mean, thank you. I know it's a lot of trouble, but it'll mean a lot to me. I'll try to compensate you as best I can when you bring back Eric and my ship. It's a cargo runner called the Berry Mule. The last signal I got from him was out near Triton. It's a starting place, at least. And try to bring them both back in one piece.
Name drop. One piece.
Have you checked your air filters lately? The city of Sidonia recommends checking your filtration units every 2 weeks for old, faulty, or improperly fitted filters. Martian dust is a leading cause of respiratory illness. Remember, keep it breathing so you don't get wheezy.
Horace and I may disagree on matters of faith, but we both try to do what we can to help those who feel lost with our community. Why, hello there. What can I help you with? Have you come to seek assistance from the House of Enlightenment?
What kind of assistance do you offer?
We're here to serve the Sidonia community in many ways. While we don't have a belief in a greater power, we have faith in humanity, that people will always strive to better the human race. As a community, we come together to help those in need. Food, shelter, basic amenities. We'll provide because that's what people do for one another.
The House of Enlightenment?
Yes, the enlightened serve as a community-centric institution, much like a traditional church, but without religious faith. For it's the community and faith in one another which is important, not adherence to a particular religious dogma.
No, I don't think I need anything right now. Bye.
We'll always be here if you need something, or just want to meet people. Actually, before you go, would you mind helping me out with something? I was debating with my dear friend Horace and would like an outside opinion. He believes that faith in a higher power is what inspires more people to be good. I say that more people do good without any promise of divine reward or retribution. What do you think?
Both are right. It doesn't matter which inspires more good. Good is good.
That's an interesting perspective. Thank you. I guess when you get down to it, as long as people are good to each other, it doesn't matter what drives them to be good. I'll be sure to share that with Horace.
Yeah, just be good. Don't be a dick.
If you need a quiet spot to think, the community center is a good place. New to Sidonia? Hope you like sand.
I don't like it. It's coarse, rough, and gets everywhere. What brings you to the community center?
I came to do a little good old-fashioned soul searching. You'd think it'd be easy to find, given it's my soul. But nope. Turns out it's a lot harder than it looks.
Can you tell me about yourself?
I lived a pretty quiet life to start. But the quieter things got, the more noise I made. Got into trouble, did the whole teenage rebellion tour, that sort of thing. Dad used to say I was made reckless by boredom, but I think he deserves some of the credit.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye.
I have a pen pal in New Atlantis. We've never met in person, but she's still one of my best friends.
How goes?
How's it?
"20 years ago, I moved to Sidonia on a whim. Never thought I'd stay for as long as I have."
What do you think of the caretakers here?
Joy and Horace? I think they get along well enough. Sure, they argue, but that's a good thing. Disagreement's healthy. What good are your beliefs if you never have to defend them?
What brings you to the community center?
Not to get all sappy, but I lost a son in the war. It's been 20 years, but it still makes my brain a bit swirly thinking about it. Just never got to say goodbye, you know? That bugs me. So I come here to try and get peace.
Thank you very much.
See ya.
Being a miner is dreary. Being a mining executive is just neat.
Before you say anything, no, Mars is nothing like Earth. Heck, even Earth is nothing like what Earth used to be.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Particle detonation concluded. It is now safe to resume normal activity.
Always be ready for anything.
I'm just proud to serve the UC.
This place reminds me of my UC Navy training barracks. Cold, cramped, and... offensive.
Hello.
Hello.
Staying safe?
How do you like being stationed in Cydonia?
I don't mind it too much. Things can be rough here, but that's sort of why I like it. I'll admit, though, that I'd like to be stationed somewhere else someday. Not that I don't like it here, but I'd like to see what else is out there.
What made you want to be a Marine?
Not sure if I ever wanted to be a Marine per se. This is just where life took me. Growing up, all I ever wanted to do was leave New Atlantis and see the settled systems. Joining up with the Marines was the easiest way to do that. Best decision I've ever made.
You don't seem like the other Marines.
What? Do you mean I'm not miserable like them? Guess not. Yeah, it might not be the most glamorous post and the work can be tough, but it sure beats the hell out of whatever I'd be doing back home. Writing papers, presentations, doing spreadsheets? Nah, that's not for me. I'm happy to be here, and I wish my family would understand that.
I think I met your sister in New Atlantis. She seems really worried about you.
Yep. My family doesn't like that I joined up with the Marines, but nobody's more worried than my sister. I feel bad. Her birthday's actually coming up, but I'm not able to visit her. She's gonna be worrying about me on her birthday. Actually, maybe you can help me with that. Would you mind giving her her birthday presents the next time you're in New Atlantis?
Sure. What are the presents?
A bit nosy, are we? I'm just kidding. I'd like to know what I'm carrying with me as well. I'll pack some Cydonia souvenirs for her. Dumb things, like some dust and rocks and stuff. She likes those sorts of things. I also wrote her a letter. I just wanted to know that I'm doing okay, and that she doesn't have to worry about me so much.
Sure, I can do that.
Awesome. You're making my life a whole lot easier right now. Thanks for doing this. And tell her I said happy birthday.
Sure.
Take it easy.
This is a courtesy reminder that despite the low gravity on Mars, a fall into Cydonia's lower level is still likely to result in injury or death. Please exercise caution near balcony edges.
Sometimes, I wish I had.
Am I glad I got this job instead of mining some dead rock out in the middle of nowhere?
Hey! Haven't seen you around here before. Did you just move in?
No, I'm just visiting.
Visiting Cydonia? It's a good one. No one just visits Cydonia. Nah, you're probably here on business. Am I right? Unless you're visiting friends or family, I guess. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Name's Mitch. I'm just a guy who lives here in the Lux condos. I'm always looking to make new friends. People say I can be a bit much sometimes. I love having people to hang out with and watch movies, talk about books, play games, or whatever.
It's cool. I'm happy to make new friends too.
That's great. It can get a little lonely in Cydonia if you don't know anyone. We've all been there. Anyway, I don't want to keep you, but I figured I'd ask. If you happen to know anyone with a ship, I've been looking for some help. You can send my way if they want to make a quick cred.
What's there to do around here for fun?
Ooh, yeah. I'm probably not the best person to ask about this. I mostly stay inside. Watch movies, read books, and hang out with my friends. But there's a couple of bars around here. One's for the mine workers and one for everyone. Some people like hiking around Mars. It's a cool planet for that, I hear. People just kind of make their own fun here. New Atlantis, this ain't.
You don't look much like a miner or a marine, so what are you doing living here?
What's that supposed to mean? But just because I look like I couldn't bench press a stick of raw spaghetti, I don't fit in here? Nah, just kidding. I got some issues that prevent me from working, and modern medicine could only help so much. I was offered an experimental treatment, and unfortunately, instead of getting cool superpowers, I got more medical conditions. But it's okay. They offered me this condo and set me up with enough money to get by without working. I live pretty well, all things considered.
You don't get bored without a job to do?
Bored? Are you kidding me? I got more entertainment at my fingertips than I'll ever finish, even if it takes forever to get to Cydonia. I don't think I'll ever be bored. And I'm certainly not going to waste my life working if I don't have to.
Why don't you leave Cydonia?
Well, I don't have the kind of money to pick up and leave. And otherwise, I kind of like it in Cydonia. My friends live here. Yeah, I get some credits every month, but I'm no millionaire. Besides, I share my money. I blow it all on games, movies, comics, books, and other stuff for me and my friends. I feel like it's better to spend it now. Create good memories for us.
Are you going to be okay?
I try not to let it get me down. Right now, I'm just focused on living the best life possible. I may have been dealt a shit hand of cards, but I decided to say, screw that! I'm gonna play however I want instead. Though some things would be easier if I wasn't bound to my home.
Well, I wish you the best.
Yeah, thanks. You too. Nice to have visitors.
You seem really into entertainment, so what do you recommend?
Return of the Interceptor. It was cool, but I think the series is starting to get old. We'll see how number 8 is.
I have a ship. Maybe I can help you out.
Oh, you do? That's great. Well, if it's not too much of an inconvenience, maybe I can entice you to do a favor for me? Please? I found out recently that my favorite book series, Dragonstar Force, had a very limited initial run. I really want to collect all the first editions, but it's hard for me to get them shipped all the way out here. I already tracked down Volume 1. Could you go buy it and bring it back here for me? I'll pay you back, of course. Plus, extra for your trouble.
What are these Dragonstar Force books about?
They're these old science fiction fantasy books about space and good versus evil and a mysterious magical relic called the Dragonstar. Now, there's this team of heroes who fight space wizards and dragons, demons, and whoever else seeks to take over the galaxy using the Dragonstar.
Sure, I could do that for you.
You will? Wow, you're the first person to actually agree to do it. Thanks. Like I said, I'll make it worth it to you. You won't regret it.
It is illegal to transport plant or animal life to Mars without going through official UC channels or our trade authority partners. Adherence to this law is imperative in order to avoid unwanted infestation. Thank you for your cooperation.
Hi, I'm Renee, and I'm so bored. My mom and dad say not to talk to people I don't know, so I thought maybe I could talk to you, and then I know you, and I won't be so bored.
It's probably best to respect your parents' wishes then, don't you think?
Aw, you're no fun. I just want to talk to someone because I'm so bored. Plus, you're already talking to me, so if you change your mind, I'll still be here.
Do you like living in Cydonia?
It's okay, I guess. It's better than living outside, because Mars can't support life outside and I'd die. But maybe it would be nice to live on another planet someday. I think I used to when I was a real little kid. And sometimes my mom and dad would take me to visit my grandma and grandpa in New Atlantis.
Are there lots of other kids your age to play with around here?
Not really. I mean, there's Taye. He's a good friend. But he's also one of my only friends. There aren't many kids on Mars, because my mom says that this is really only a place where people come to work hard jobs for a little while. But I wish there were more kids, because it gets boring, like when Taye is busy and my mom and dad are off working.
There can't be much for kids to do around here, right?
I like to play with Taye sometimes. We come up with lots of games to play. Sometimes we listen to music or watch shows. But when he's not around, I like to draw. Sometimes I draw things and give them to people since they're so mopey all the time. It makes them smile. Actually, want to help me? I just drew these great pictures of Space Frog, but I can't go out right now. Can you help put them up for me?
What's a space frog?
It's Space Frog from outer space. And he's a little frog character that I made up. I've never seen a real frog before, but I've seen pictures. Anyway, he lives in space and goes around to different planets helping people who are sad or need help. He's great.
Sure, I'd love to. Just tell me where to put them.
You will? Thank you, thank you, thank you! People are gonna be so happy. Here's a bunch of copies of the Space Frog drawing I made. You can post them in places where you think people will see them. Thank you so much!
Caution. Subterranean particle detonation imminent. Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated.
These are supposed to be luxurious condominiums? Huh. If you ask me, I find them to be rather underwhelming.
Best not be looking for trouble, right? I've seen some karate videos. Hey, who are you?
Name is Cyrus, and you are?
Nice to meet you. I'm Taye. I live here in the condos. Sorry, I don't usually talk to strangers, and I don't know. I guess I'm thinking about lots of different things right now. I don't really know what to say.
You seem concerned about something. Is everything okay?
Yeah. I'm just worried about my mom. She gets sad all the time, and I just want to help her. She's been that way since my dad died. Only, she doesn't like me talking about it to other people. So, I probably shouldn't. But you know what? Maybe you should talk to her? She says she doesn't get to talk to too many other adults much. Maybe talking to her'd help. I don't know. It's worth a shot, though. Right?
What do kids do for fun in Cydonia?
I don't know. I guess we just make up some games. Usually I just hang out and talk with Renee, since she's close to how old I am. Sometimes we go to the community center, and they have stuff to do there. Like crafts, movies, music, and other activities. But except not when the adults are having a meeting. Renee calls them sad meetings because everyone seems so sad in them. I asked my mom what they were, but she says it was something to do with drinking. And like, I've never gotten sad after drinking water, so I don't know what's going on.
So is there a school around here or something?
Nah, there's no school in Cydonia. My mom says it's because everything's so packed together, there's no room for it. But also, there's almost no kids here either, so it doesn't make sense to have one. Instead, we learn remotely. It's cool, I guess, but it'd be cooler if I got to hang out with more kids my age. Like, my friend Renee is fun to hang out with and all, but I think she probably feels the same way. Having a real school would be nice.
Thanks.
See you around.
Concluded. It is now safe to resume normal activity.
Ugh. Don't tell me my son Tai invited another stranger to come talk to me again, did he? That boy means well, but he's gonna drive me crazy someday.
I met him. He said you were having a rough time.
Gotta hand it to him. He's got his ways of looking out for me. My son means well, and I know he's just trying to look out for me. My husband, his father, isn't with us anymore. It's been hard ever since.
What happened to your husband?
Keith died in a mining accident a few years ago. It wrecked me. Here I was, stuck on Mars, suddenly alone with a young child. I still haven't really recovered from that. I don't really know what to do.
How does your son cope with all of this?
Tai is good. He obviously misses his daddy, and he's bright enough to understand the situation we're in. He keeps talking about how he wants to get a job and help move me out of here. He's a good boy. I don't know what I'd do without him. I just hope he doesn't have to get a job in the mines. I couldn't stand the thought of losing 2 of my guys to that life.
What do you do for work?
Now? Nothing. I haven't worked in almost 10 years, not since we moved here for Keith's job. I had originally been offered a job here at the local Galblanc branch as its manager. But not a week before I was due to start, they announced that the Cydonia branch was to be fully automated instead. It was never meant to be permanent anyway, but then when Keith died, I needed to take care of Tai full-time. Not many jobs here for a single mom.
Why don't you leave Cydonia?
When Keith died, Deimos settled with us. Per the settlement, they agreed to buy this condo and allow us to live here rent-free until Tai turns 18. Finding work that I can do as a single mother here on Cydonia has been almost impossible. What little money we do get from the settlement every month goes directly towards what we need to live. To be fair, Deimos provides us with a sustainable lifestyle. They take care of health expenses, food, and more. But it's not enough to pick up and move.
Maybe this will help you and your son towards a better life.
Oh my. Are you sure? That's... My gosh, it's so generous. Thank you so much. I'll be sure to put it away into savings for Taye. Maybe we can afford a better education for him. Or get off this planet someday. Then he won't have to work in the mines like his daddy. Thank you so much. If I can ever find a way to repay you, I will.
How incredibly kind. I'm continuing to learn things about you. Good things.
You're truly lucky to have a friend who shows such generosity to a total stranger. I'll never forget this.
Wish you luck.
A reminder that particle detonations can occur beyond the city limits between the hours of 0600 and 1800 local time.
I have waited so long for this book. A little longer won't hurt.
Caution. Prepare for today's final subterranean particle detonation. Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated in the event of unforeseen tremors. Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Particle detonation concluded.
I believe this is where the city's governor lives. I don't think we've been invited here, so perhaps we should leave.
Why?
Only employees of Deimos Staryard's mining division are authorized to mine resources in and around Sidonia. It is your civic duty to report any unauthorized mining to Sidonia security.
This one's left out. So Thank you, Governor Hurst. I just wanted to extend our gratitude for seeing that our mutual interests were kept in mind with that shipping fiasco last week. Had it not been for your persistence in hounding SysDev to locate the missing shipment, I fear it would have had major financial repercussions for our business associate and put our partnership in peril. Thank you again for making it clear that you value the trade authorities' presence here on Mars. Oktai and Bayer. Quick favor. Hey Dad, as you know, we had some costly repairs to the house recently, and I'm dipping down into my last 200,000 credits to pay the contractors. I was wondering if you could transfer some more credits to my Gal Bank account sometime soon. You know, just in case. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it. P.S. How's Mom? Is she back from the retreat yet? Give her my love, David. Retreat. Good news, honey. The retreat has been extended for another month. They've asked me to continue my seminar. I know it's not easy being away from you for so long, but I've been enjoying my time here and the money is good. So I'm fairly certain that I'll accept their offer. It's just another month, then I'll be home and we can hopefully get the rest of the family together for a visit. Or maybe we can do some sort of off-world reunion. It's always hard to plan a big get-together in Cydonia, but maybe we can see about renting a space in New Atlantis. Anyway, I miss you lots and I'll be home before you know it. Love, Tamara. See ya. You know, I really believed you last time. Well, I'm done. You know, first what happened in Neon, then all this talk about cutting me off. After all I've done for you, you're a bastard, you know that? You think you can just walk away from me like you have no use for me anymore? Well, I've got news for you. I know more than you wish I knew. I also still have the spare key to your ship, and by the time you get this, it'll be too late to do anything about it. Have a nice life, Glenn S. Neon. What do you say next weekend in Neon? I know a place we can meet up. Glenn. Neon sounds fun. Sounds great. Count me in. I haven't been in forever, so I'm very much looking forward to this. Just let me know when and where. I'll be there. Expansion. Governor Hurst, I looked into what it would take to expand your condo. Realistically, I've got to say that even if you can't afford it, it's not a good idea structurally. As you know, we need to make to do with the space we have in Cydonia, and adding one to the Lux condominiums just isn't feasible at the time, without risking the integrity of both the building and the structures around it. Your best bet will be to buy an adjoining unit and knock out a floor or a wall to assimilate into what you got. But even then, that hurt the Cydonia housing market. I urge you to wait until the crater project is finished. Once the miners clear up enough space, maybe we can think about expanding the city into it and pushing the mines further out to make room for more residential buildings. Sorry for the bad news. Anton Friedman. Personal notes. To do. Call contractor about expansion estimate. Message Tamara. Pick up prescription. Change food delivery. Transfer funds to David. Cancel hotel in Neon. Rough draft. My fellow Cydonians, it is with great pleasure that I announce our quarterly GDP is higher than expected, bringing with it one of the strongest economies in Mars history. Many thanks to our friends at Deimos and our other local businesses, large and small alike, who help make it all possible. With that in mind, autobiography notes. Read all over. Hurst, The New Future of the Old Colony. Chapter 1, talk about my early life, what brought me to Mars. Chapter 2, studying law, early political career. Chapter 3, the challenges we face together and how I solved them. Chapter 4, looking to the future, building a better Mars together.
hard to keep Cydonia graffiti-free.
Yes, of course. Okay, I'm gonna go to my ship, offload everything, and then I'm off to sleep. Should be enough for today. It's like 1.5 hours of gaming. When I have off, then I'll game more. Probably like a 4 or 5 hour stream. But for now, if it had more rounds, I would use it. But it's like just has 92 rounds, and this one has like almost 2k. So it's better damage, but why use it if you're gonna like be empty in like 5 clips or 5 magazines, whatever. This one will be interesting. So like a laser rifle. We'll have to try it out. And this one, I don't think I need it, because this one's like long range. This one as well. And this one's physical enough, like most of the damage. So, bye-bye. Where's Sarah? Sarah Connor. Talk with me.
Good work with the bartender. Have something for me?
No.
Okay.
Thanks. It's like 15 kg, 12 kg, 22 kg. So heavy. Good. We're done with the sorting. We'll play again maybe tomorrow or tomorrow night maybe, or the day after. Yeah, thank you for watching. I wish you an awesome day, night, whatever you have. Yeah. Stay healthy, stay happy, and yeah. See you next time. Bye.